Back when I was 15, so sophomore year, I was 15, so this was early 2020, about a couple months before COVID. So this is January, February ish. And I was super down bad. I was pretty depressed at this point. And I didn't actually know it at the time, but it was starting to come on to me because this was the moment that my inauthenticity started coming to the surface. I started realizing that the hours and the effort and the heart that I thought I wanted to put into pursuing STEM in college, getting into engineering, getting somewhere into science, I thought that was the pursuit for me. And then in sophomore year, everything just changed. I think it was pre-calculus actually. Yo, I was so bored taking pre-calc. Holy shit, I was beyond bored in pre-calculus. I'm not gonna lie, bro. But yeah, I was taking pre-calc as a sophomore. I was a nerd. I took algebra one eighth grade, and then in ninth grade, I actually doubled up on math classes. My school allowed me to do that, so I took geometry and algebra two. I was one of 8 out of 200 freshmen that did that, and I was the best out of all of them because the boys him. We actually got nominated for rewards. They're called STEM speeds. It was so cringe, but it was cute. It was cute, and I won the geometry one. I actually got nominated for the algebra two one. Should have won that one too, but they wanted to give it to Sanaya. Sanaya was not yo. Sanaya was always my rival, bro. Like I'm talking since the sandbox. Like I'm talking since elementary school. Me and Sanaya was rivals, and basically, I always had her. And then she would start coming up on subjects. And you know what? I didn't give a fuck about anything else except science and math. So I'm like, all right, you can have those subjects. You know what I mean? And then eventually in in math, she started getting up with me. I'm like, yo, chill, bro. And I'm not gonna lie. Once we reached like seventh grade, yo, we was neck and neck on that shit, bro. And I actually dipped off eighth grade. I actually came down here to Georgia with my dad at that point. And I left here after eighth grade, went back to Jersey, went to high school again, and then me and Sinai was back at it neck and neck in geometry and algebra two. Really in algebra two. It was funny. Since I left Georgia, I left Georgia in a horrible manner. I was supposed to be going to Jersey for vacation, but I wasn't coming back. So that was a really bad decision and a really dark period for myself and for the relationship I have with my dad. But I don't know if this makes any difference. I probably should have this closer. But um, because of all that manner, I didn't have like a school situation sorted until very last minute. And so I was cool getting back into NCA because that was the program I'd gone through my whole life. Like I grew up elementary school, middle school. I went through a program called KIP, which is the Knowledge is Power program. So it's a national program, but I was in the New Jersey section, so KIP New Jersey. Technically, it was only in Newark, New Jersey at the time, actually. Um, and I was actually one of the founding members of the first elementary school in KIP, New Jersey, which is pretty cool. I think I was. We have like we got like student codes. You know what I mean for people to identify you as a student. And I'm pretty sure I was like 5 or 6, which means I was the fifth or sixth person in the Spark Academy. That was my elementary school in their database ever, which is pretty cool actually. But give me a second. I want to take a deep breath real quick. I'm kind of feeling out of breath here. Take this with me actually again. Let's do a deep one. Inhale. Exhale. Whew. So that was just a little background on me. I was kind of rambling. I was supposed to be talking about me growing up and being in high school, and I started rambling about Sanaya because I was talking about math and shit like that. But let's jump back to high school, right? So I was always in love with math, always in love with science as well since I was super young. I've always been super fascinated by them, and so I was attracted to them, and I started practicing them at a young age. I actually had this like kind of like calculator game almost that was like super small. I think Leapfrog made it, but like this tiny, and I could do like addition and like multiplication on it, and it was super fun. And so I was basically like 3 years old, learning addition and multiplication times tables. And so since I learned that, I was basically already super ahead of all of my classmates when I got to school because I already knew this shit. So preschool, I was already ahead. Elementary school, I was already ahead. And so I've kind of always been ahead in math, literally because of that learning calculator. And it's interesting. I was actually watching a video by Hormozy yesterday, and he was talking about something that he, like an interaction he had with a language professional. And he was telling this language professional, he's like, oh yeah, I've just always been good with language. The guy asked him, he's like, oh, okay. Have you grown up in a house? Have you been around language? Have you spoken a lot of things like this? He's like, oh yeah, well, I'm bilingual. I grew up with multiple languages. Hormozy, right? Alex Hormozy. The dude speaks English, right? Because he's American, but his father is Iranian and his mother is French. So I don't know if he speaks Iranian or French, but I'm sure both of those were in his household. It's probably French more likely because his dad fled Iran during the revolution and went to France. And then him and his parents, I believe, came over to America and he was born here. But he grew up with those languages in his household. Because of that, it gave him a skill set that put him ahead because he already had that advantage that his brain was adapted to in terms of learning languages, in terms of communication. You know what I mean? I need another deep breath. I'm going to take another one. Let's take another one. Let's take two more, actually. I didn't say inhale. My bad. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, that's good. I just realized we don't have the lights on. Let's get the lights on. Yoink. Ooh. Kind of feeling like red. Ooh, that's a vibe. That's a vibe. That's a vibe. Or maybe we'll go like orangish. Thanksgiving vibes. I kind of like this. So, dang, what was I talking about before I interrupted myself? Oh yeah, so I talked about Hormozy's story, right? And because of that little calculator, that kind of made me click when I was like, oh yeah, I've actually practiced math a lot before school, and so I was ahead when I got to school, which is why I was always so good at it and why it came to me more naturally. Not because I was just so naturally adept at math. I just had reps before. I was just ahead of other people at the skill. That's the thing. Skill is reps. Skill is inputs. That's really what it's about. And the story I was supposed to be telling you about when it came to me back in high school, I'll tell you that now, was about video games. So my friends back, middle school and early high school used to play Overwatch a ton. And I didn't really play. It was like a few of them. My boy Janai, my boy Ye, my boy Ghosta. If you guys watched the first episode of Road to Renaissance, and probably the second one, I'm probably using most of Ghosta's songs in these videos because I don't have another sound library right now. So I'm just out here using the homies' music. One, because I love it, but two, supporting the homie. Two, three, it's also gas, so. But my best friend, his name is Ghosta, and I put his music in my songs. In my videos. So he played Overwatch. My boy Janai played Overwatch. My boy Zion. And they played it from like 7th to 9th grade before I played it. I never played it. I was like, didn't really see the hype. Didn't care. Was too busy playing Call of Duty. Was too busy playing Overwatch. But eventually I started getting into it at the end of 2019. Right? So early 2020, I've been dabbling. But then, boom, COVID hits. And so you know what I'm doing? Not going to class, that's for sure. I wasn't doing homework before, ever. Never been a homework doer. You think I'm gonna do work all day at home? What? I don't think it's tripping. I'm not gonna lie. They had me fucked up during COVID. They had me super fucked up during COVID. So yeah, I basically did no work the rest of my sophomore year, which was when COVID first started. Junior year, did nothing my first quarter. Barely did anything my second quarter. Started doing things my third quarter, and then I barely scraped by fourth quarter. Only because I got my first quarter where I did nothing excused because I had such a good track record as a founding student, as a student before. I've always been a great student, A's and B's. I just fell off because I started getting depressed and shit, so. It's what it is, baby. You know what I mean? But I started not resonating with, the thing I thought I was wanted to do, which was science and STEM and stuff like that. And I just started falling into this hole, of just depression. And so I just started playing fuck ton of video games because video games were the only thing I feel like I felt that resonated with me and I felt called to and I felt I could actually make progress in. And so I started playing Overwatch because I was fucking tired of playing Fortnite, that's for sure. Been playing that game for 2 years at that point. I was playing Fortnite since season 1, baby. I played Fortnite from season 1, and I was like heavily like committed to Fortnite from season 1 to season 5. After season 5, they started losing me. And once season like 9 rolled around, once Mex rolled around, Fortnite lost me for sure. I was done. After season 5, I was just back and forth between other games. Black Ops 4, Black Ops 3, eventually Overwatch. But once they dropped Vex, it was over for me, bro. It was over for me. So I start playing Overwatch. And so, I start falling in love with this game. Because tactical shooters, MOBAs, the ability to not only have shooting, but also strategy, bro. It channeled such a masculine desire for me. And this is actually like a big masculine component of myself that's actually been a big part of my shadow for a long time that I've been denying and holding back, that I haven't been embracing. And I'm no longer denying that part of myself. The part of myself that likes to dominate, that wants to win, that is super competitive, that is a ruthless competitor, that wants to crush. You know what I mean? Like, when I played video games, that got channeled through me so much. That's why I like playing shooter games. I love playing Call of Duty. I grew up playing Call of Duty with my older brother. I was on the stick since I was 5 years old, baby. You know what I mean? Playing zombies and shit, playing multiplayer. Eventually, I started like getting super heavily into video games when Black Ops 3 came out on my PlayStation. So that was 2015. That was when I became a hardcore gamer for real. I'd been a gamer since I was 5, but I became a hardcore gamer when I was like 12, 13. Black Ops 3. It was 12. And then yeah, so Overwatch comes around, and Overwatch was a different tier of hardcore gaming. I was a hardcore gamer before, but there was a different type of gaming. Here's the thing. Putting reps into a game, playing a fuck ton of hours. I've played tens of thousands of hours of games in my life. Specifically like these 7 games I'll list you right now. Black Ops 2, 3, 4, Overwatch, Rainbow Six Siege, Fortnite, and Marvel Snap. Those 7 games specifically, I've probably at least put 10K plus hours into just those 7 alone. Probably more, honestly. Like, I wouldn't be very surprised if it was closer to 12, 15. And so, I've put so many hours in the video games. And I learned that it's not really about what you do. It's about the intention and the quality behind those actions. And let me tell you how I learned this. I started getting into Overwatch, and within 6 months of grinding that game, like taking it super seriously, right? So towards the end of 2020, so it's like August, October 2020, right? So I started taking it super seriously March 2020 once COVID hit, once I had all the time in the world. So let's fast forward 6 months to September 2020. September 2020, I'm probably like, out of my 4 to 5 friends that played the game at the time, the 3 I told you about, and then my boy Reem also hopped on Overwatch. So out of us 4 to 5, I was probably like 2nd or 3rd best at that point already. You know what I mean? Just in those like 6 months, I was grinding heavily, and then I was playing the game like on and off 3 or 4 months before that. So compared to their 4 or 5 years they had on me, in 6 to 10 months, I was catching up. I was becoming the best. In another 6 months, I was easily the best player. Easily. Why? Because all day I'd play that fucking game. I literally wasn't going to class. I was only playing Overwatch. If I wasn't playing Overwatch, I was fucking watching shows or binging content. And you know what that content was probably about? Overwatch. So I could get better at it. I was fucking obsessed with that game, bro. I was obsessed. I was obsessed with learning from people who were, what? higher ranks for me. People who were what? At the goals I wanted to achieve. Who could what? Reprogram me with different beliefs. It's so crazy just how much being a fucking obsessive gamer has set me up for self-improvement, has set me up for entrepreneurship. Because that's exactly what I did when I got onto business. When I got into self-improvement, I was like, oh, okay. Fuck all this gaming content, fuck all this degen bullshit, fuck all this brain rot shit that I've been watching. I stopped using my old channel. I made this channel about 1.5 years ago in July, I believe, June, July. I started reprogramming new beliefs into my brain by following only new creators and only watching shit on this channel. I didn't even touch my old channel for like 6 months or some shit like that. It was months before I touched that channel again. I only wanted to like have self-improvement shit into my brain. Self-improvement, science, entrepreneurship. Those are the only people I followed at the beginning. Eventually, filmmakers rolled in. Eventually, artists rolled in. Eventually, spirituality rolled in. Mysticism rolled in. All of these things that have made me a more holistic, a Renaissance creator, a Renaissance man now. Those things eventually started rolling in over time. And although I had desires for those, I couldn't hold all of those at first. Because I just didn't have the skill. I didn't have the capacity. And that's okay. Last video I was talking about how I couldn't have made this show because I didn't have the skills. I didn't have the lifestyle yet. Yeah, I just didn't. And I also wouldn't have got here if I didn't take action over the last 1.5 years. If I hadn't been making YouTube and grinding for 6 fucking months straight, baby. Not missing an upload for longer than 12 days. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you didn't miss something that meant everything to you for longer than 2 weeks? I'm talking everything. Like, YouTube means everything to me. There's nothing else that matters more besides serving God through my YouTube channel and my business. Nothing means more to me than that. And so because I showed up for myself, I've been showing up for myself for 6 months straight. And yeah, I've had my times where I've been in ruts, where I've fallen off. And even in those time periods where I've gone, not feeling like myself, I didn't want to show up. I didn't feel like I could be my best self. I felt like I didn't have a good message to share. I still showed up a lot of times. And yeah, there were periods where I didn't. 3 days here, 7 days here, 10 days here, 12 days here. But looking back on the last 6 months, I've made almost 300 videos. That's fucking crazy. I've put so much fucking work into this craft. I've put so much intention into this craft. Before I started grinding super hard, I was spending all my time learning YouTube, learning the game. From like, yeah, that was also what I watched. I watched a fuck ton of YouTube content. So I watched science content, self-improvement content, entrepreneur content, YouTube content. That's all I watched from like June to December. And then I started getting more into spirituality stuff around January, once I started getting more into my Christian roots. And then I found non-duality in March. And then in April, I discovered mysticism. So that's been a bit of my journey. But right now, actually, yesterday, I told you this, guys, in yesterday's video, but do I have my journal here? Yeah. Yesterday, I was on a walk. And I was kind of I didn't really know what to do. And so I was just unplugged and I was like, ooh, I kind of want to watch my video from yesterday. I kind of want to listen to it. Because I put a lot of work into that video and I was really proud of it. And I thought it was pretty cool and I thought it was fun. And so I enjoyed, not the video from yesterday, the first video of Road to Renaissance, the first episode. And so I was listening to it or watching it. Sometimes I had it in my pocket on my walk. Sometimes I was holding it and watching it. But I was writing down notes in my journal. I like to have my journal a lot of the time on my walk, just in my hand, so I can write down notes super fast. That's the benefit of a pocket journal, but I also honestly just love carrying this journal around way more, so I just do it in here a lot of the time. And so I have a couple improvements in here. And the thing is, this is something that I'm doing now because I found stagnation in the style of content that I create and also in my growth itself. And so and in the expression that I have as a creator. So I'm not only feeling less expressive in my videos, I'm also not putting in as much work as I know I could be. And because of both of those, I'm not getting as much results as I also know I could be. You know what I mean? And so it's like, okay, I need to be way more intentional about improving my content consistently. And I think once you're starting, don't even think about that shit right now. Just think about getting consistent. Just think about starting. But like I said, I've been on this shit for 6 months. I can record a video whenever the fuck I want. I can talk to the camera whenever I want. Excuse me. Oh shit. But now I have to start getting better at edits, at storytelling, at being way more, intentional about telling more stories in my content. Yesterday, over the past couple days, I've really been building my visual library in terms of having like B-roll catalog that I can refer to at any time and put way more B-roll up in the videos. So that's something I'm building to create, more attraction and just put more of myself in there, express more as well. The more I express myself in the video, the higher quality it's going to be. Isn't that insane? So it's just like, okay, how do I just find ways to put more of myself into the video? And I found a bunch of ways to do that, and I talked about that in last video. So if you want to hear about that, you can check out last video. I'm not going to talk about them here. I just wanted to bring that up because that was the intention behind improving my content, behind the input. You know what I mean? It's not just the input. You can show up, you can play the game all you want, you can say you want to rank up, but if you're only focused on ranking up, you're not actually going to do the inputs, which are seeing your mistakes and then fixing them, correcting them, and then improving your skill, which is going to get you to the rank that you want to get. All of my friends used to be focused on, I want to hit gold, I want to hit plat, I want to hit diamond. I'd have those same goals, except once I had the goal, I was like, all right, how do I just get better at being of the player? How do I learn better fundamentals? How do I learn better positioning? How do I improve my aim? How do I improve my mechanics? How do I improve my calling? How do I improve my skills as a player? How do I improve my inputs? How do I how do I make better decisions? How do I make less mistakes? How do I do these things in the game? These skills that I can control to get the output that I want to get. You're not going to win every game. You're not. But you know what you can do? You can be at the skill level to dominate the people that are in your level. If you're better than the people in your rank, you'll win. Simple. If you're a grandmaster player, you will shit on people who are in silver or gold or diamond or plat. And so if you're supposed to be a certain level, you'll be there. I always love this saying. You deserve the rank you're in. It's just a reflection of your skills. And so you deserve the success you have. You deserve the business success you have. You deserve the YouTube success you have, or that you don't have. Because all of it is a reflection of the inputs that you've put in. When I made the least success in my business, the most success was from May to July, when I grew the most and when I made the most money. Since September through November, I've had, September and October. I consider November actually a really big win month because I've been getting back into my lifestyle and I've been feeling like my audience is resonating with me more, and I've really been cultivating that more, especially the last 2 weeks. I feel like I've kind of been on a roll the last 2 weeks actually. So I'm feeling like I'm back to being an A player. But September and October, it was dark. It was dark. And my YouTube channel, my business reflected that. I made $100 total between those 2 months. I grew, I don't know, maybe 50, 100 subscribers. I don't know. Wasn't growing much though. Not much at all. Was getting like the least amount of views I'd ever gotten on my channel. Now it's because what? I was way too focused on YouTube subscribers, on growth. I was way too focused on money. I wasn't focused on myself that much, on my inner work, my healing. I wasn't focused on my self-improvement. I wasn't focused on my value as much. And although I still wanted to show up and give value to my people, I was way too focused on the output, on the money, instead of focusing on the input. How do I deliver the most value to my people? How do I convey the most emotion? How do I build the deepest connection through stories? through relatability, through authenticity, through vulnerability, through giving value, through being myself. You know what I mean? So it's just like, once you just focus on the inputs and on the skills and what you actually can control, and you do that for a long enough period of time, all you have to do is wait until the asymptote hits. Once you hit that skill level, you'll be good. It's gonna happen. So I'm gonna stop rambling. I don't know when I'll catch on next, but I'm gonna talk to you guys about that. So that was a few different things, but I hope you guys learned something. I know you guys be learning shit in these videos. Even if we are all over the place, that's kind of the point here, right? We're Renaissance creators. We don't like being in a box. Catch y'all.
left me for dead. I think about the ways I could get you back in my head. I'm love drunk, steady drinking till I am dead. I'm drunk, drinking.
I'm here, got the shoes on. About to throw a hoodie on, go meet my dad outside so we can start doing the turkey. I was thinking about recording it, but I decided not to. I want to just spend the time with my dad, with the fam today, be super present in that time. And I feel like, you know, there are times to leverage our time, to record, to document. And there are times to just be in life, to enjoy life. And this is a time where I want to just enjoy life, you know, be with my family. I've been grinding hard a lot the past few days. Kind of just want to take this time. So I wanted to give that message, let you know about that. See how this fried turkey goes. I'll give you all an update after.
Damn. That's some nice fried turkey right there.
It smelled absolutely delicious.
Yes.
Yo, we out here. We was struggling for like an hour, I'm not gonna lie, trying to figure out the air fryer.
Minimum.
But then we figured it out.
Juicy.
Show real quick.
Look at that. Look at my
Got
hand
that
right
thing
there.
set up.
Hey, that's all.
Boom. That's mad bright, so y'all can see. We got it.
Nice and crispy. Hey, you in the game, fam. And you already know what we got to do.
Now, that's here injecting the turkey. We got the Creole butter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have no idea how much I'm supposed to put in for one turkey. Am I supposed to use this whole damn thing? I feel like I'm not.
I don't know.
I feel like
Probably
I'm
not.
Nah, because I didn't
Hey, you don't
inject
want
the
to
shit out of
turkey at Thanksgiving.
it.
Yeah, there they go. Come on out of here. There they go. There go the livers and the heart. If you're doing some type of stock, man, that would be great for you to keep. We're not doing anything in that type of manner. They saved all this. That would be great for them. I don't think that.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
Yo, give me the
This is about a 12-pound bird.
give me the standard.
Then you gonna have enough more.
Don't get confused, I'm use my feet. Walk down, gave her a hole in the seat. Fuck right by off, she can chase this cheek. Feel my body, it's like a flea. We attached to the hip, shit a little old me. Nigga, fuck all odds, going on for the team. And I got a new name, go walk down here. Lie, niggas be with the boss, catch her at a party when shit slut. Don't want no players, I got the best, I stay with the funds. No nigga want shit, niggas don't want rip, don't no drama. Throw that big shit, no I'm behind her. Driving the dealer, this should be a Honda. You be like this stuff on Honda, look. I still spot her
traces of Van Gogh, don't you think? Self-portrait ever?
Hey, bro. Sorry, I gotta go.
I do not like.
Brandon? No. Brandon. Go. First. Oh, yeah. We got.
There you go. You're right. Yo, it's a whole leaf in there.
Wait, what? Oh, I see it.
Whole leaf too. I'm over him already. Maybe he added for season.
Right.
Yeah, but you know what? Here, this piece of turkey leg wrapped up. It didn't even. It wouldn't submerge. It wasn't enough.
Dang.
See, look, like this part.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm over that. The rest, everything else was great.
Yeah.
What you think?
Oh,
shit, yeah, this is
maybe it's looking pretty good. Give me a minute.
Woo. Careful with it. It's hot. Yeah.
Okay.
Yo, this is stupid, yo. Cause you're gonna have to, you gotta hold that joint with your life, son.
I got it.
See, before I was able to grab the leg, but now it's hot as hell. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, that's true.
Wait a minute. Let it.
Yeah.
Let me do his thing for a minute. I don't want this, because it could pop on your pants. I don't want that either. See. Here, come. Do it this way. I'm going to try to... Yeah, I'm going to hold it here. Okay. No, get your hands out. Your hands are
Okay. I got it.
This is your celebration. Celebrate good times, come on. Celebrate.
I got it. You open it.
Use my feet. Walk down, gave it a hole in his teeth. Fuck around by off, nigga, cheese is cheap. Shit, my body is just completely attached to the hip. Shit, little old me, nigga, fuck off. Going over the team. Nigga, walk down here, like.
Yo, game. I probably can't see that. Oh, wait. That's the wrong way. Oh, wait. Dang it. You're gonna bot right now. Look at that. Mad leaves in there. Pure comedy.
Use my feet. Walk down, gave it a hole in his teeth. Fuck around by off, nigga, cheese is cheap. Shit, my body is just completely attached to the hip. Shit, little old me, nigga, fuck off. Going over the team. I got a new nigga, walk down here, like. I got blocks with beans, they pop. Want me to stop, pop, the sun. Said I got blocks, and they hit with 30 shots. My niggas tell you we gon' stop, somebody drop.
Happens is I get into alignment. First week, it's spot on. Like, this is exactly what I was supposed to do.
Exactly, bro.
Second week, it just becomes routine. And, like, I lose the intention behind it completely, and I'm doing it just to do. And then now this week, when I've just literally been just intuition based without goals, yes, that hurts me. They should be ever changing goals though. But I feel a lot more guided. I'm making a I'm
Yeah.
way more fulfilled than I was last week. Even though I
And
was
bro,
like,
that's
"Oh,
what matters,
I
bro.
agree last week."
Dude, that's what
This
matters.
week I was guided. Like,
It's like, bro, in my opinion, what is a better measure of alignment than fulfillment? No?
yo,
Here's I think this is from A Course in Miracles, but this is I said this, but it's inspired from A Course in Miracles. But it's any negative emotion is a misalignment with how the source perceives you.
yeah,
And so it's like any time that you don't feel good, anytime you're not feeling great, or even just peaceful, blissful, right? Or you're feeling positive, anytime you're in that negative emotion, that's because you're in some kind of separation in yourself, in thoughts, separation from others, in judgment, separation from God, maybe, you know, whatever it is. And most often than not, it's separation from ourselves. Most often than not. I found personally it's separation from the self. And so it's really about going back within and being like, okay, how do I go back and find that part of myself that I'm separating? Like, where am I pushing this part of myself? Where is this judgment? How do I shine light on that? How do I love that? How do I accept that? How do I understand that? You know what I mean? But you know, I really love this like lens of looking at your emotions of like this guidance system. It's like your emotions show you where you're supposed to be living at. You know, it's like if you feel like trash all the time, it's probably because you're not living a life supposed to be living. Most people that hate their lives probably aren't happy. You know what I mean? And it's like, why? Because it's not actually your life. It's someone else's. Because if it was your authentic life, you'd actually be loving it.
yeah. It feels like, because I know I've identified alignment is not the way. Even though it works for a week, you're always probably better, but I still have like that fear. And like, I feel naked without it. Like, I just need it to be there when I don't. Like, when I consciously, I'm like, okay, I'm going to get into alignment. And I'm going to do it. In the meantime, let me just show it for the perfect moment. That's what I'm fulfilled when I do it. I might be more fulfilled, make more progress, but only temporarily, and then I'm back stuck in that loop. That makes sense. So
yeah, bro.
Why don't I just stay like this? Give it a shot.
Yeah, dude. Like I feel like that really is the way. Like for me, I found that trying to get myself like my relationship with Aaron, right? Man, I learned so much about myself in that relationship. And like none of this is like to talk bad about Aaron or anything, but like remember when I talked about like doing that like routine recently and it not working? That was because like Aaron had mentioned it to me. And so this was like a month or two ago or something like that. And it just didn't work for me. And I was kind of already off my game at that point. And so I was trying to figure things out again. And I just kind of knew from like my deepest core that's like, no, that's not me. But I started trying things out anyway. You know what I mean? I started trying to do it anyway. And I got into it for what, a week. And then there we go, week 2, we're slipping. And it's like, you know why? It's because none of those things were like, I feel like a lot of the like people show up and like, oh yeah, here's your self-improvement checklist for the day. Most of that shit is just so arbitrary. You know what I mean? All of that shit is so arbitrary, dog. It's like, bro, what do you want to experience today? Like, shouldn't that be the question you ask yourself? It's like, okay, I want to create something today. I want to bring something to life today. I want to express today. All right, awesome. So go do some work. Go create something. Sounds awesome. I want to cultivate a deeper connection with God. I want to cultivate more stillness in my life. I want more mental clarity. I want to have a deeper connection with myself. Awesome. Have a stillness practice. Sounds amazing. I want to expand more. I want to grow more. I want to learn. I want to have deeper awareness. I want to be able to teach others. I want to be able to share others. I want to be able to articulate more. All right, maybe you should probably read more and learn more and, you know, pursue more. Okay, well, what if I want to push myself in terms of not only physical but mental discipline? What if I wanted to train my body? What if I wanted to master my physical body in order to master my reality? Thing is, your reality is a reflection of you. And so if you never master your reality, I mean, if you never master yourself, you can never master reality. Think about discipline as your ability to bend reality to your will, right? Think about your ability to bend consciousness to your will, right? To bend the mind to your will, to be like, all right, I'm going to do this even though like something is telling me to not do, right? There's some friction there. Why would your reality, right? This entire 3D construct that you're visualizing, that you're creating right now, why would that bend to your will if you can't even bend to your will? What are we talking about? You need discipline to create your reality. It's simple. You need it. And so it's like, okay. And that's something that I'm like, yo, like I wrote this letter. Actually, I'll just read it to you because I like it. I wrote this in my journal, I think a week or two ago. Yeah, here it is. It's called Discipline in Reality Creation. Discipline is freedom, right? We all have heard that one. We all know that our external reality is a reflection of our internal state. Our mindset, emotional stability, self-beliefs, paradigm, and unconscious programming are all creating our physical reality. So what does discipline have to do with materializing your desired reality? Everything. Discipline is about maintaining an internal state or executing an external task even when you're met with resistance or desire to fold or not take action. In shorter terms, discipline is about acting in alignment with the will of the mind when resistance in the mind or body arises. If you're disciplined, you can maintain a level head and sense of poise. If you're disciplined, you can push past temporary pain in order to create long-term pleasure.
Sure.
If you're disciplined, you can bend your mind or body to your will. But if you can't bend to your own will, how do you expect reality to bend to it?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Let me finish this real quick. Your reality is you, right?
Yes, bro. Like the world, the lens you see the world is how it is on the inside.
Simple.
I totally agree. But it's like I've only been able to be that consistent. Like I've never been more consistent, more disciplined until when I got into alignment. That's straight up. Maybe because I felt like I had safeguards and I had a defined route.
Maybe.
But as soon as there was clear divine feedback of like, no, this even adding things like trading, which was completely not in alignment, but ended up being in alignment.
Right.
So why would I decide what's in alignment or not? Right. That was the only time I was ever consistent or disciplined, because I'm just like you and thinking, like, is this worth it in the first place? I know it is because I said this is my purpose.
Right.
And I know I'm in alignment with my skills, passions, and purpose. But, like, switches every 2 weeks. And that's the only time I've been able to ever be that consistent and disciplined. I feel like I'm going to do this no matter what. This is a straight line towards purpose, which I've been correct.
Yeah, that's real, bro. I definitely feel that. And honestly, that's kind of exactly how I felt about, like lifting recently. It's like, honestly, I've been trying to figure out these other things in terms of art, in terms of YouTube, in terms of business. The thing is, there's a lot of volatility in these things. Like, I was actually talking about this in the first episode of Road to Renaissance. And Sinbad, like, this is a concept I really got from him. He was like, man, like, fitness is completely about your inputs. The gains you make in fitness is about what? How hard you train, your nutrition, and your recovery. That is completely based on your inputs. Your art, not the same. Your business, not the same. Your content, not the same. Your relationships, not the same. Basically, almost anything else. Like, there are so many things in reality that are just partially out of your control. You know what I mean? But fitness is that pillar that can be stable, that you can consistently show up for, that you consistently see yourself make progress in, that you can consistently grow in. And that can really help you ride that constant momentum as other things may dip. And this is why I feel like having such a holistic perspective, having a few goals at a time is so great. Because when one goal is falling, you still got 2 more to get after. You know what I mean? Oh, man, I'm not making progress on YouTube, but fuck it. These gains in the gym, baby. You know what I mean? What you talking about? You know what I mean, dog?
Like, dang, I'm no longer in alignment, but, like, trading going well.
Boom.
Like, I'm consistent.
Boom.
double shit meeting people. I don't even care.
Boom.
I guess those could be used to redirect.
Boom. Exactly, bro. Exactly. Gang, let's pop in. Not gonna lie, I haven't picked the camera up in a grippy. I've been using it like kind of here and there, but I've not really been vlogging. Been trying to figure things out, not gonna lie, in terms of YouTube, in terms of business, in terms of life. That's work. Oh, I was trying to get my dang lights to turn on, but the thing is unplugged. Look at that. Y'all see that? It's kind of dark. Yoink. Let's get this. There we go. Get in there. Come on. Nice. Okay, okay. Boom. Get that back down. Get that on. Ugh. Let's vibe with some. I was kind of messing with the blue actually. What's this rocking like? Ooh, I like this. Like a little cyan girl, some turquoise. All right, so last time you guys saw me, I was talking to Noah on Thanksgiving. So that was coming up on a week ago. 5 days. It's currently Tuesday, December 3rd, 12 or 11 a.m. right now on the dot actually. So in the past week, I've been not lifting, that's for sure. Have not gone to the gym. I've been lacking on that, no cap. Been grinding a lot on business and YouTube, trying to figure things out there, like trying to figure out who are my people, like what's my niche, who am I trying to target, what's my offer in terms of coaching. Yo guys, like I was I think I talked to Noah about this, but bro, it's been so hard. Oh yeah. So I was talking to Noah that night, right? About intuition, about following, your path, about trusting in where God is guiding you. That actually inspired me to write a newsletter about it. Interested? Newsletter's in the description. Check that out. Also, I have a free group chat. So if you join our newsletter, you can join our community, and for our members in our newsletter, our free newsletter, you can also join our group chat. So that's the first link in the description to join our group chat. I want to see you there. Come connect with me and our fellow like-minded creators, fellow like-minded YouTubers. But I've been trying to figure it out, and I'm like, dang, bro, I don't know like what to do. And I thought it was gonna be Gen Z, focusing on Gen Z, but it felt a bit off. Although I did like it, it felt like I was kind of constricting myself to be like, the authority I'm trying to leverage is almost too focused on my age and the fact that I've done things at my age, and so I can help people who are younger than me. And it's like, technically, because I've done things at my age, I can help people who are younger or older than me. It doesn't really matter. Age is really irrelevant. And so I actually I was checking my analytics the other day. This was yesterday actually. I checked my audience analytics to see the age that YouTube has for me, and about 50%, almost, I think it was 44 to 50% of my audience is 25 to 34, which is actually pretty cool. But then I was like, okay, so there's no way I should probably focus on Gen Z, because then I'll be missing out on millennials who fuck with me. And it's not that I'm trying to like serve everybody. I just know that like the age demographic isn't something that I really cared about or resonated with. Like that's never been something that mattered a lot to me in terms of who are my people. Oh yeah, it's this age group. I know that my experiences can help anybody, honestly. And I mean, I've proved that. Literally I think out of the 12 people who have paid me money, 10 of them have been 40 plus. No. 10 of them have been 30 plus. 9 of them have been 40 plus. My boy Tristan's in his 30s. And then 2 of my other clients were in their 20s. But yeah, 3 of my other clients were in their 20s. Damn. So out of the 14 people that gave me money, 11 people No, fuck. Yes. 11 were over 30. 10 were over 40. There we go. 3 were in their 20s. Only 1 was my age. Monet is the only person that is actually my age. Everyone else has been at least a few years older than me. So that's my journey. That was just a little ramble. But, bro, I've been trying to figure out where am I going with YouTube, with business and stuff like that, and hone that down. And I'm thinking back to July, when I made my first $1,200 online. I'm like, you know, I was focused on small YouTubers, small educational YouTubers. And because of the videos I was making, because I was marketing myself as this way, I also got people who aligned with my spiritual values, people who were open to spirituality, people who were, on a more conscious journey, and who were very open to my philosophies when it came to metaphysics and mysticism. Even if that wasn't your direct beliefs, if you were just open, right? So I started to realize that that is the direction I want to go back into, because I love YouTube and I want people to be on YouTube. But I don't only want to serve YouTubers, I actually want to serve coaches, because that's the journey I'm on, you know what I mean? And so if there's going to be a business model I'm going to create, I'm going to go all the way. It's going to be mindset, it's going to be YouTube, it's going to be business. And so that's where I'm at now. So I'm kind of doing like, there are 3 pillars to my offer: the mindset and their inner work. It's like mindset and self-improvement, mindset, personal development. So that includes like mindset, metaphysics, and like self-improvement stuff. Then there's the actual YouTube aspect, so growing on YouTube, whether you have no YouTube experience or you already have YouTube experience, or whether it comes to actually cultivating a new audience to actually make money off of, to grow. It's not like, Mr. Beast, right? Mr. Beast isn't selling courses or coaching, right? He doesn't have an educational audience, so he can't really sell them educational products, right? And so if you have like a more entertainment audience, you probably can't sell them education products, so you might have to switch brands. So, but mindset, YouTube, business, right? Offer creation, marketing your product, MVP building, actually making the product based on your life experiences and based on who your people are. I really loved when I was doing that. I missed when I was hopping on calls all the time. Ooh, let's go!
Say,
You have 100 subs.
oh yeah, I went up a little bit.
Type law. Sheesh! What I say?
Yeah, you said that.
And so I'm kind of just going back to doing like the things I was doing then. I'm like, okay. So I'm offering like, I have a 15-minute free coaching call in the description. I have like my group chat now. So I don't have a free community anymore, but I like the school. I like the newsletter plus group chat. I think that's awesome and that works for me. So I can do that. I can still interact with my people if you want to hop on a free coaching call with me. And then, yeah, I'm just focused on like trying to sell one product to the people who are actually interested. So that's where I'm at right now, helping small educational YouTubers make $1,000 online as a coach in 3 to 6 months. So that's the offer. If it interests you, you can hop on a 15-minute coaching call with me. We can discuss more details. You can send me a message on Substack or reply to an email. But I wanted to talk about that in terms to, my conversation with Noah. So when it comes to following your intuition, talking about Tristan being my only 30-year-old client, actually, I think towards maybe like the 2nd month, so the end of our 2nd month working together, me and Tristan worked together for 3 months. He was asking me about how I was, so at that point, so this was the end of August. And at that point, so right, from the end of July until right now to this point, I've been flipping coaching offers, which is probably why I haven't made any money online. And by why probably, I mean definitely. I've only made like $100 selling. I did sell my first coaching call, which was pretty cool. And I sold a few beta program slots to my course, but that's it. So I haven't actually been selling something consistently which makes so much sense and to why I haven't been making any money, because I haven't actually been having one avatar I'm trying to sell a product to. And so, actually yesterday I was learning a bunch about scripting and market research and transferring beliefs so people actually buy. And I was like, yo, there's no way I'd be able to transfer beliefs to these people if I'm constantly switching what beliefs you need in order for you to want to work with me. It's like if I'm switching the offer, I'm switching the dream outcome. That means I'm switching what's required. That means I'm switching what you need to believe in order for you to start taking action for you to get it. It's like, holy shit, of course I'm not making any progress. And I kind of wanted to talk about that in terms to focus. At the end, towards the end of this call with Noah, I was talking about why I love being a Renaissance creator and how having multiple goals can be awesome if one or two of them is slipping up. You know what I mean? But there's a certain thing to say in terms of you might not actually be able to handle multiple goals, right? And this is something I've been shown multiple times over and over and over and over and over again. I was talking to my mom yesterday on the phone, and I was giving her an update in terms of where I've been at with YouTube and business. And I was like, yeah, Mom, I'm not writing on Twitter anymore. And she was like, oh, wow, why not? Because, I've been telling her a lot about my Twitter journey and how I've been wanting to take that seriously. And so I just told her, I'm like, yeah, honestly, it's just been splitting my focus a lot. And although I love writing on Twitter and on Instagram, you really need to engage on those platforms to get yourself out there, to get yourself known and to grow. And I just don't use Twitter or Instagram like that. Like, I just don't really consume on those platforms like that. Maybe it's just because I haven't tried to curate my feed enough to get creators that I actually enjoy and that inspire me. Because, there are a handful of creators on Twitter who I actually really fuck with that now I'm just on their email list. So it's like, don't really care about Twitter. I just get their emails. And so that is like good for me. And so I just was like, yeah, let's just say fuck Twitter, fuck Instagram. Let's just go focus on YouTube again, right? I don't need to worry about engaging. So like, if the thing is, I don't want to engage on Twitter or on Instagram because I don't use the platforms. And if I don't engage, I'm probably not growing. And so it's like, why even put content on there if I'm not going to grow because I'm not engaging? I might as well just go all in on YouTube where I can just put my focus, put my shit into, making my YouTube videos better, making my scripts better, making my filmmaking better, making my editing better, improving myself, right? My self-improvement, my personal development, so that my inner world creates an external shift. So that's where I'm at right now. And I'm just really excited to be shifting where I'm at now. But I wanted to talk about making sure that you're not trying to put too much on your plate. You know what I mean? Because I've done that a lot of times in my journey. And I think that when you try to do that, you do actually limit the progress you can make in total. So like for me, I haven't been lifting in the past week. I don't remember the last time I went. If I tried to like look in my journal real quick, I could find it, but I don't feel like it. So it was sometime last week, the last time I went to lift. And I think it was because I had this goal of 100 lifts for the first quarter of 2025, which basically meant I would have had to lift every day. And then some. And I'm just not at that level. Like, simple. Like, like, no ego here. Like, that's just, I'm not him like that. Like, yet, you know what I mean? When it comes to lifting that consistently, when it comes to pushing myself, when it comes to showing up at, like, just for training, like, itself, it's not that I can't show up for something every day, right? But for training specifically, that is different because there are a few things that go into training, right? Eating more, recovery, actually walking to the gym, stuff like that, right? And so I've been lacking because my goal of 100 was way too hard. And I even tried to lower it to 50, and I was like, nah, this still sucks. Because 50 would have still meant I had to go definitely every other day. But 50 would have had to been like, I'm hitting it 4 days a week, basically. You know what I mean? And so now I've lowered that bitch bump to 30. And so that means, okay, 2 to 3 times a week I'm going to the gym, and that's lit. And that is something, okay, boom. That's, I can super get down with that. That I'm super getting down with. I'm not gonna lie, I might have to lower my prayer goal as well. Because I haven't been praying either. I have not. I'm just gonna keep it so real with y'all. I have not. I have been writing my newsletters. And that's been fun. I know the newsletter goal is good, and I can keep that one. I've been feeling good about the newsletters. But maybe I'll half it. Maybe I'll do 50 prayers. I just want to be intentional about saying one every other day. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's so easy to say, oh, I'm just going to do this every day. But in practicality, it's like, let's just get real. Like, think about this. Over the last year, right? Let's just say for me, for example. Over the last year, I've done how many workouts? At the gym, maybe 5. If we're talking push-ups, maybe like 100 or something. But push-ups don't count. No, we're not going to count push-ups. Let's just talk gym workouts. And the last year, I've done 5 gym workouts. No, that's not true. I got to include this month. 7 or 8. Okay, I've done 7 or 8 in the last year. So I've done 7 or 8 gym workouts in the last 365 days. But I expect myself to do 100 in the next, 120 days? Like, what? That doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? It's like something's off here. You're trying to go from 8 in a year. That's not even 1 a month. That's 2 every 3 months. Like, that sucks. I'm trying to go from 2 workouts every 3 months to a workout every single day. And then some. It doesn't, like, when I say it like that, it doesn't make any sense, right? That's like trying to go from lifting a bare barbell, right? That's like 20 pounds to trying to go to fucking 180 pounds. Like, wait, hold up. Hold the phone. Where did this 160 pounds come from? Why do you think you can lift that? Right? And that's the thing. It's really you just gotta drop your ego for a bit. This is I was watching one of Hamza's videos the other day that he had posted. He started this like new channel called Hamza Advanced, where he's basically making videos for guys in his school, like Adonis School, the program that taught me about YouTube and about business, that enabled me to make my first $1,800 online. But I was watching that video, and he was talking about his tactic for getting out of a rut, which is basically what I told you. Lowering the bar, lowering your ego so you can actually just make progress on a small win and then start doing that consistently. And so it's like, if the challenge is too high, you need to lower it so you can start taking action. I was talking about that last video, right? When I was talking about flow. Yeah, I was talking about that last video. You don't take action. You don't get into that spar. This is how it goes in life. From the boredom perspective of having your skill be too high, I have here like levels of 10, just so it can help you imagine. So let's imagine that the elite fighter is a level 10 in fighting. But the challenge is level 1 or level 0 even, because the noob has been 2 weeks into the gym. And so it's a 1 level challenge, but a 10 level skill. That's complete boredom. Wow, what? Huh? What's the point? But then we took it to the flip side, right? With the fighter. I mean, with the new fighter, with the newbie. He's got no skill and all the challenge in the world, a level 10 challenge with 0 skill. I would not want to fight somebody with 12 years experience with 2 weeks. I don't even know how to throw a punch. Huh? Like, he wouldn't know how to throw a punch. I know how to throw a decent punch. You know what I mean? But this is super, super important for flow. Because once you start understanding this, you can start understanding, oh, okay. So if there are certain things I want to tackle, if I'm not taking action currently, it's probably because I'm either 1, too high of a skill level for the current challenge I'm trying to give myself, and so it's boring. When I was, I think I mentioned this, in the first episode of Road to Renaissance, when I used to work for my stepmom. I would go out for her, and it was like fun, and it was cool, and it was nothing hard or nothing crazy at all, and it was cool because I got to drive around and learn, and I love driving. I love learning through books or audio books or podcasts or videos, whatever, like audio books or podcasts or videos, and I got to learn, and it was cool. But the work itself it was unchallenging. It was boring. I mean, I got a lot of physical exercise because I ran around, but it was so one dimensional. And I need like mental exertion. I need this. You know what I mean? I need it. And so that it was so boring for me, and so I couldn't keep working for my stepmom. And so I got out of that. And that was honestly kind of the same for me when it came to even videography. Videography was so boring. It got me out of, like, I was nowhere in the flow state. Or even when I was lifeguarding, like I mentioned earlier, I was just so bored. But there have also been times where I was trying to take on too great of challenges, like in my YouTube journey. Like, trying to jump from making like my first $1,000 in July to making like 5 or something in August or something. I think I had a goal like that. If you need a reminder, go watch that one. But don't have the bar be too high, right? And so it's like, okay, if you're pursuing multiple things, honestly, that might not be a good idea. Maybe you should just focus on one. Maybe you should just focus on 2. So for me, I am genuinely trying to make progress when it comes to being a writer and a speaker and a storyteller. That is like 100% my goal right now. But at the same time, I know that cultivating a deeper connection with God has to also be a priority. And I also know that physical health and just showing up to the gym every day, pushing myself, not even every day, but showing up to the gym on a consistent basis and pushing myself like that, that is something that means a lot to me and that I also want to do. And so that's something that I want to cultivate. And so there are these 3 things that I have in my life, but the gym is more like this, it's like the first bonus almost. And then my connection with God is something that I'm trying to be just way, way, way more intentional about. But when it comes to actually like showing up and being like, yo, this is the thing we have to do every single day, like this is the discipline task, it's the work, it's the letters, it's the YouTube videos, it's the grinding, you know what I mean? And so that's my biggest goal, 100. And then my second, 50 for the prayers, right? So 100 newsletters with stories, 50 prayers, 30 lifts. I feel like I like this. Having my goals kind of like represent how important they are to me, represented in the inputs, and also representative of my skill level in those things. I don't have much experience with prayer. So honestly, expecting myself to do that every day and to show up like that every day, although I could try to discipline myself for that, it's just very, very difficult. Like, let's just keep it real. You know what I mean? Disciplining yourself is not easy. And so I just have to be more realistic about, okay, what's a goal that I want to shoot for that is more realistic for my skill level. So with prayer, I feel like that is 50 prayers. For the gym, I feel like that is 30 lifts. And for newsletters, I do know I can push myself for the 100. So that's what I'm going for. If you want to have multiple goals, awesome. But make sure that none of your goals are keeping you stagnant because they're too high. Because if one of your goals is keeping you stagnant, that means you're probably not going to be making the progress you can in any of them. Keep that in mind, all right, gang? I'm going to wrap up this video. I think I'm going to go hit the gym. That'll probably be for next video. Because I want to get this video out and just like have this done. So I'm going to have this video done, and then episode 4 we'll start getting more into y'all start seeing me back in the gym and start doing other things. It'll not just be the talking heads. I'm not gonna lie, when I was thinking about going all in on Road to Renaissance, I decided to not do that. I was thinking about going all in on Road to Renaissance, and then I think when I was editing the second video, I was like, yeah, there's no way that I can spend like a day or 2 outside actually doing things, and then I have to spend another day or 2 editing. Like, if I'm gonna spend a day outside like doing stuff and living life, and then I have to spend 2 days editing a video to show me living my life, it's like, wait, hold up, I only get to live like a third of my life? Nah. Can't get down with that. So instead, I basically am going to be vlogging 1 to 2 days, and then I'm going to be taking 1, maybe 2 days out of the week to post 1 or 2 episodes of Road to Renaissance. I want to pump out as many of these as possible, but I'm only going to be trying, like, definitely 1 a week, but 1 to 2 is going to be like I'm not tripping about getting hella of these out. 1, because they're going to be longer, right? It's like part podcast, right? Me rambling, me spitting game to you guys. But I do put a lot of intention into helping you guys with the action step prompts that pop up on here I do put a lot of effort into my creativity, into my artistic expression that comes up during the transitions when I put in music or when I throw a B-roll and stuff like that. And so these things take a lot of work for me, and I love that, and it means a lot to me that you guys show up and you guys watch this. If you're watching this right now, pound it. You're a fucking real one. But this can't be the only content style that I go all in on. I can't. It's not gonna be good for my mental because I'm just not I just wouldn't be outside. I might get this one too. This one here. That one's nice. Oh my gosh, the sun! Wow! I wouldn't be outside. The days I've spent editing 6-12-hour days where I just didn't go outside as much as I wanted to, and I just don't like that. I can't have that. So I'm recalibrating with YouTube, with business, with content, with fitness, with prayers, with everything. And that's just what you got to do, guys. I wrote a letter, inspired by Noah, talking about your intuition, and it's the thing is, all you can do is adjust. So actually, we're gonna end this video with the action step prompt that I gave in that video. In that newsletter, because I actually really like the action step prompt that I gave in that newsletter. All right, nice. All right, I got you again. So number 1, consciously choose a goal. Could be 1 goal, could be 2, could be 3. Don't do more than 3 goals. More than 3 goals, you're playing yourself. Trust me. Okay? Just trust me. 2, consciously choose the actions that will make you progress towards that goal. So for me, one of my goals is to be a better storyteller, so I can not only grow on YouTube, but I can cultivate a deeper connection with my people, and that'll also lead to more sales for my business, for my coaching business. And so being a storyteller, telling more stories, writing more stories, that's a very high leverage skill that I'm cultivating. And so writing newsletters with stories and telling stories every day in my videos, that is the action. That's one of the inputs that I'm focusing on. So I have this goal, let's say making more money, right? So one of my goals for June is to hit my first 10K month. And so how I'm going to do that is by improving my skills. And since storytelling is such a high leverage skill for not only writing, but for video, that is the skill I'm focusing on. And so I'm not focusing on, so I have an output, which is 10K a month. Cool. But 10K a month isn't I can't do an action and then boom, 10K a month happens. You know what I mean? And so what I want to do is I want to cultivate skills that will make me a 10K per month entrepreneur. And I know that storytelling is one of those high leverage skills. And so I see this goal, 10K a month. I'm like, okay, what skills does the version of me that has that 10K a month, right? The 10K version of me, what skills does he have? He can capture attention. He can really holy brain. There was a word I was looking for, but I don't remember it. But I can capture attention. I can tell stories that actually really pull people in. You know what I mean? I can really hold that. That is something that I'm trying to cultivate. That's something I'm trying to grow in myself and trying to grow for my YouTube channel. And so that is the skill that I want to grow. And so how do I grow that skill? I do the reps. I tell the stories. I write the stories. Right? And so I have the goal, right? But first I have to ask myself, it's like, no. First, I have to ask myself what the goal is. Okay, cool. So the goal is 10K. And then I have to ask myself, what skills do I need to achieve that goal? And then I ask myself, what inputs can I take to achieve said goal? You know what I mean? So that's how you break it down. So number 1 for your action step prompt is to consciously choose your goal. You then consciously choose your actions, okay, to progress towards that goal. Right, so you have your goal, and then you figure out the skill, and then you figure out the actions, the inputs. Then you put the goal all the way in the back of your mind. So 10K a month is not what I'm thinking about. All I'm thinking about, becoming a better storyteller, writing and telling more stories. Boom. The skill and the input, that is what you want to focus on. You put all of your attention on your actions. You ruthlessly put your actions front of mind, and then you focus on your daily and your weekly execution of the inputs that will move you closer to your desired reality. So I didn't have that clean. I didn't say that cleanly, so let's just redo the action step prompt real quick. Number 1, consciously choose your goal. Number 2, consciously choose the actions that will move you towards the skill, right? And then the skill that will move you towards the goal. You know what I mean? 2, put the goal all the way back in mind. 4, put the skill and the actions all the way front of mind. 5, take action on your daily and your weekly tasks so you can make progress towards your goals. So that is your action step prompt for this video for right now. So that's what I got for you, gang. I'm about to wrap up because I want to edit this video and then go outside because I love being outside and I haven't been outside today. Yeah. Yo, I'm mad hype, bro. The group chat is lit. Me and my dog Sam was in there. Aunt Cher came through. Cheryl was one of my students in my Purposeful Entrepreneurship beta program. Yo, gang, I'm hype. Wait, there. Look. Yo, so this is start. Let me put these on. Just too fizzy. I'm not gonna rant, but this is my sister's friend, one of my sister's closest friends from high school, who I've known forever as well. Like I've known Kay. We call her Kay. She goes by, like, her name is Kanza, but she goes by Kay. But she's been like supporting the newsletter. She was like one of my like earliest subscribers. She's just been, you know, supporting the kid, and me and Kay have always been like mad cool. Man, that's crazy. I met Kay when I was like 12, I think. I met her and Will. Will is my sister's partner. Also the father of my beautiful niece. I just wanted to put this picture up. That's honestly the only reason I mentioned Kat. It's so cute, right? But yeah, Kay's a supporter, and I didn't know she would join this. I put I basically like sent to my peoples on my newsletter to join the community, join the chat. So it's cool that Kay's in here. I'm hyped. Yo, join the chat. Link, first link. Just join it. It's literally a free group chat. Like, come on, come connect. Come connect. Don't be shy. We can't bite you. It's literally like you're on your phone. Come on. Bye. I'll give you a kiss. Mwah! It's just lit, gang. So first link in the description if you want to connect with me and like-minded creators. I want to see you there, all right? Do it today. Be better for it tomorrow. Stay blessed. Stay loving. Catch y'all next vid.
Shut up, come on, get up, you'll be alright. No more bed rotting and wasting your day. Even though you don't want to wake up, just see the light creeping up, feel the sun on your face. I can't wait to see the day I could bring a smile upon your face. I can't keep looking back, I'll end up falling on my face. So just shut up, come on, get up, you'll be okay. Shut up, come on, get up. So just shut up, come on, get up, you'll be okay. Shut up, come on, get up.
Yo. Tell me that's not insane. Bro, what are you talking about? My boy Yoda is drip. Is that like Snoop Yoda? Snoop Yoda with the goat in the back? Yo, this place is insane.